within the DeFi arena, however it progresses. After listening to this book, you should also have ideas of what works in DeFi and what doesn't, where risks lie, and where you are comfortable operating and even innovating. Users need to know what questions to ask developers when considering new protocols, and many need the knowledge contained in this book to understand what to ask, or if the protocols even make sense, or are just failures that haven't operated long enough to fail. Tutorials are great for working through specific needs, but a fundamental understanding of these core concepts is needed to allow teams to build correctly and compliantly, two things sorely missing in the current and already failed protocols in DeFi. We have a webpage for this book where we list errata, examples, and any additional information. You can access this page at oreil.ly/understanding_DeFi. Chapter 1. Introduction to DeFi. DeFi is shorthand for decentralized finance. That's generally what you hear when you ask about DeFi, as if that clears up all the confusion. But for most people, that definitely doesn't do a thing to clarify what DeFi is, what it does, and why anyone would want to use or build a DeFi application. So let's fix that. After all, the most important characteristic about any decision is that it's an informed one. And you can't make an informed decision in DeFi unless you know what you're working with. DeFi runs on blockchain platforms or decentralized applications called DApps. Understanding the basics of blockchain is the core of understanding how DeFi works and why. So we're going to cover that first, so you can follow along with the specifics of DeFi. After all, it would be pretty hard to explain the benefits of a Bryant pivot versus an Iverson step back if you have no working knowledge of the rules of basketball. You need to understand the boundaries of the game before you take on the advanced plays, so we have to help you understand what blockchain is and how it works before we get into one type of blockchain application. In this chapter, you'll learn what blockchain is and how it evolved, what decentralization is, what traditional finance and decentralized finance are, and the differences between them. Warning. General warning to listeners. For those listening to this and thinking they don't need a lawyer or a CPA or any other paid advisors, 1. This book is to give you a strong general grounding in DeFi and the issues surrounding the field. 2. This book isn't your lawyer. Your lawyer is your lawyer. 3. This isn't a book designed to detail these regulations for specific situations, so your particular issue is likely not covered in depth. 4. I strongly encourage everyone developing, investing in, contributing to, or using applications in DeFi to find an attorney who specializes in this area to determine whether they are subject to Know Your Customer, KYC, anti-money laundering, AML, or other regulations. 5. Listen to 1 to 4 again. What is blockchain, anyway? Has anyone ever lied to you before? Has someone ever promised you they would do something and then not done it? Most of us have had some experience being on the receiving end of a lie, from the tooth fairy to a ghosted Tinder date. People promise to pay for drinks as soon as I get my check, and then disappear off the face of the earth, or pretend there was no obligation to pay, or they didn't even get the drinks in the first place. Checks get bounced, accounts get overdrawn, families invest in companies and stop speaking when they fail. People lie. But unfortunately,